here is my audience. Is it set good? Okay. Hello, everybody, and thank you for coming to my special occasion wedding toast today. I am going to be honoring the upcoming wedding to Joe and Shawnee, a couple of my very best friends throughout the past couple of years. Before we get started, I'm going to give you a little outline of today. Introduction, which I already done. Hi, my name is Marilyn. Then I'm going to be talking about a nice little story on how I met my lovely Shawnee, and then her Joe. And then we're going to go through the conclusions, and we're actually going to raise our glasses to a toast. How I met Shawnee is actually a perfect example on how the world is such a small place. It was 2009, I believe, the Forensics State Championship, if I'm correct. We were both in poetry reading, and her and I were the oddballs that stuck out, and we both had an idea of becoming a good author around the same stories as Twilight at the time. And yeah, we kind of connected there for a couple of seconds and spoke a little bit after our meeting and our poetry reading. We congratulated each other on it, and we told each other our scores and everything, and we went on our separate ways. A couple of years later, graduated, haven't seen each other, you know, we were from different schools, and actually a boyfriend of mine brought us back together. I went over to his friend's house, and lo and behold, who's sitting at the table when I walk in the door? Shawnee. And both of us looked at each other and we're like, oh, I know you! And we just connected ever since then, texting, and now she actually does the spontaneous things with me. I'll be calling her up, hey Shawnee, let's go to Duluth. And she's like, okay, let's make it happen. Some of my ideas, she'll let me know, yeah, that's not a very good idea, but she'll go with me a little bit, and then when I fall, she'll be like, yeah, well, sweetie, I know. How I met Joe is from the same area. They were dating at the time, but the first time I saw him, he was wrestling in the front yard with my boyfriend at the time, and all of a sudden it was, oh my goodness, he's going to be one of mine, isn't he? He's a good friend. He was a goofball, and when Jarrett came and introduced us, instead of shaking my hand, he gave me this huge-ass bear hug, and he's like, hi, how are you? So ever since then, we've been doing spontaneous trips together and going camping, even though the mosquitoes are eating us to death, and we're sitting here spraying the bug spray all over our legs. But yeah, you gotta love these guys, right? And now we're planning their wedding, and I know this toast is a little bit early, but I had to do something, right? So here's to Joe and Shawnee and their upcoming wedding. My best friends, my family, may they have a very long and beautiful wedding and honeymoon area. Anyway, so to the happy couple, let's raise our glasses. Thank you all for coming out tonight to this speech, and may you guys have a beautiful wedding. All right, is there any questions? Any questions at all? You want to congratulate the beautiful couple? All right, thank you all for coming out. There are donuts and a little bit more of our 7-Up. Just to note, everybody in the online audience, this is not real champagne. It's cherry 7-Up. All right, and that concludes our toast for this evening. Thank you.